Hey, what's up everybody? It is Endmuser, and we are here with a STARFIELD video. Just a nice little kind of update on where we're at with the game. We've been playing it since early release time. So we've been playing it since, what is that, last Thursday evening. This is Monday, what is the date? It's Labor Day. Monday the 4th, barely. It's almost midnight. But yeah, we thought it'd be fun. We are, as you can see, 15 hours and 28 minutes in. We are definitely taking our time with this game. Reading all the computer logs and the books and just kind of exploring everywhere for the most part of the different locations that we're going. But yeah, playing really slow, so probably not as far as some people are at 15 and a half hours. But we thought it'd be fun to kind of just go over our experience so far. Love to hear from you guys down below. We'd love to hear if you're playing the game, what you think, what platform you're playing it on, and obviously a lot of you are probably going to be playing it here in the next few days on the main launch of the game. But yeah, too, before we jump in, we just wanted to say, here's some of my notes on some stuff we're going to go over here. We wanted to give a big shout out and thanks. We just hit 250 subscribers not too long ago, and we're already at 286. So we see you guys subscribing. Really appreciate it. Thanks for checking out our channel. Yeah, it's just really means a lot. We really appreciate it. If you want to, in our links of this, the description of this video below, and of course on our channel, we've got our link tree. If you want to jump in our Discord, we've got some other channels we're working on. Hope to launch at some point soon. And then yeah, just some other stuff on here, our Twitter and things like that. If you wanted to jump in our Discord, we've got a dedicated STARFIELD channel right now, keeping spoilers to a minimum, just kind of sharing our experience and stuff like that without too many big spoilers. We were actually just kind of talking about that. And then of course we've got just general community stuff, talking about anything from movies, music, to games, to collecting. But yeah, if you want to jump in there, that'd be awesome. Just a lot of cool people in there, just having a good time, just a fun, positive community. So yeah, anyways, appreciate all the support. Let's jump back over to STARFIELD and kind of our thoughts so far. We've just got some talking points here, some things we thought about as we've been playing. Real quick before we do that, let's jump. I'm going to take us to Earth. I did recently just build my first outpost, and of course I did it on Earth. Let's take a look here. What do we got? What do we got? Where am I at right now? Where am I at? I went too far out here on this mission. Yeah, we need to go here, and we'll do a little jump to Earth. So one thing we're going to talk about is the actual, like, what did that just say? The actual feel and like space travel in the game. We'll get to it. Let's get to grab jump ending. What did I do there? See, I'm still kind of a noob learning some of these mechanics. It looks like it's, oh, this right here. Duh. Some of you obviously were probably telling me as I was sitting here looking at this. I don't have anything in my grab. There we go. Boom. So you can see some of the ship mechanics there. Pretty cool. One of the things the community's talking about is like the real need for ships. You actually don't need to get in your ship to fast travel most of the time, if not all of the time. I won't say all of the time, but like if you want to just fully immerse yourself, you can kind of do your ship thing, but you don't have to. Like you can, like I can get up right here and kind of just do the thing. But you don't, like, you can fast travel from the map. You don't have to actually like get in your ship and go all the way to your seat and that kind of stuff. But it is still cool to do that, kind of get this animation and take a look and stuff like that. It just kind of immerses you into the experience a little bit more. But anyways, let's take a look here. Yeah, we're at Earth. Let's go to my outpost here, and we're gonna land. Then we're gonna talk about some of these things. It's weird because the game's awesome.
I've got something with your name on it, boss.
Oh, I just got a new companion. Hopefully there's not really many spoilers in here. Obviously I'm gonna have a few companions, but this is just a simple little base that I've built on Earth, so nothing too crazy. But yeah, this I just built this outpost, so I'm like barely scratching the surface of this game right now. But I did just build this outpost, and it gave me kind of a feel for what the base building is like. I didn't do a lot of that in the Fallout games, so some of you are probably more familiar with it than I am, even though I played those games quite a bit. But this is really cool. Like, this is just a very simple base, and there's a lot you can do here. I actually don't even have any lights in my base because I don't have the resources I need to craft lights, like wall lights. But anyways, yeah, let's jump into it. So I bought the early edition, but kind of to go over that and kind of how I'm playing the game a little bit again. I have Game Pass. We've got Game Pass. We share, me and the kiddos and the fam have got multiple Xboxes, so we share the Game Pass. And so I did go ahead and decide. I paid the $35 for the premium upgrade. At some point, I may just pay for the game so that I have it, just in case. I don't know when or if it would ever not be on Game Pass, but it's kind of nice to own it digitally at least. But we'll see. I would think it would be on Game Pass indefinitely, potentially. But with that said, that's the edition I bought. Obviously, playing it early. And then I already kind of described how I'm playing the game. I'm playing it like very, very slow. Like, I've got all these... if you go down here, I've got, let's see, no, where is it? Notes. So I've been reading all this stuff. Obviously, I mean, I'm a big fan of Bethesda games. I can remember all the way back to playing Oblivion, all the way back. Obviously, Morrowind before that, and then others before that, but kind of this style of their game. And sometimes I take my time, sometimes I go a little bit quicker, but I don't know, as I've gotten older, the more I play games like this, I'm just like, you know what, there's no rush. I'm just going to take my time and play and read this stuff. It really adds depth when you read some of the lore in some of these books. And then even one of the quests kind of takes you through kind of a museum kind of thing and teaches you the history of what's happened up to, certain things up to where you're at in the game right now. So it really just adds depth to the game. I'm curious if you guys comment below how you're playing the game. Are you kind of just running through it? Are you looking through stuff? Like, I'm checking desks. I'm checking all kinds of stuff. But yeah, you can obviously enjoy it, play it any way you want. But yeah, so that's kind of how I'm playing the game. So this is just like a quick little doc that I'm going to keep adding to. I've for purposes of just how I play the game and other games, I've started, and for the purpose of creating videos potentially for our channel, I kind of keep like some notes now as I'm playing through, just to kind of notate some things. And hey, I got a locked chest still, or was it advanced and expert locked door still over here in this star yard. But then I've also kind of just put together here just kind of some quick bullet points on my initial thoughts, again 15 and a half hours into the game, very early on. But obviously our previous video, the reviews came in hot. Like, it was, I would have thought it maybe would have been a little higher than 87. But the videos I've watched, Paul Tassi, and then Force Gaming, I think it is, and then some of the reviews, like, I know there's been some chatter about the reviews and IGN 7 out of 10, and we actually read that review, but people seem to really be enjoying the game. But for me, it's a cool game. It's awesome. I've barely even scratched the surface, and I'm starting to get that feeling of like, man, okay, this is cool. Like, I could potentially spend a lot of time in this world. So, like, to start, I guess let's work from the bottom up. The meh things right now for me, and these are just quick words that I put to describe this. I may change the structure moving forward, but for now, 15 and a half hours into Starfield, the menus, like, I mean, it definitely feels like a Bethesda game with the menus. I love, if you ever listen to our Destiny podcast or Destiny Reset, or just heard me talk about interfaces and stuff like that in the past, I love UI. I love interfaces. And like, the menus on this game, while they get the job done, and they're not bad, they're a little bit clunky and like cumbersome, I guess maybe is a way you could describe it. Like, just scrolling all the way down to get to some of this stuff. I don't know, like in a age of kind of, and I'm playing on Xbox again, so in an age where you have like something like this, well, actually that's not even really it, kind of like Destiny kind of started at Bungie with the almost like the cursor you can move around on the screen. Like some of this feels a little bit dated or cumbersome, I guess, but I mean, it gets the job done. You know, it's nothing that's making the experience of the game, you know, not fun or anything like that. So that's kind of a meh point for me is the menus. They're growing on me. Like they're not horrible. And you can, you know, you figure out quick things, like you can hold the options button or the start button. I'm an old school gamer. You hold the start button. If you hold it down, it takes you right to the map. So you figure that out pretty quick, obviously. And then another meh thing for me that kind of goes with the menus is the map of like a, let me get out of this menu. That's the other thing. See, so you have to hold down B. So like if you go into the map, and then you hit B, you zoom out to the solar system, and then you zoom out again. You know, I'm assuming this is like a galaxy map. You have to hold B if you want to get back out of the menu. Again, just quick little things you figure out. The other thing is when you're on a planet, you can hit right bumper and look at the surface map, okay? But look at this map, like, and I actually just watched a video today where, you know, the other thing going on right now is people are talking about you can't, you know, it seems as though they said you could just explore a whole planet. Well, you can and you can't. Like it kind of, from my understanding of watching this video, is when you load in, it kind of, you can land anywhere, at least from what I've experienced. I was trying to find like the images you can see of the arch. I haven't found the arch on Earth yet, but you can land anywhere. But once you do, you have like this little area of the map, okay? And then you have like a couple, you know, different points on the map outside of maybe a location that you dropped at or your outpost or whatever. So this is unexplored. This is an unknown area. So if again though, just the look of this map, it's like, it's just, I get it. Like it kind of has a spacey vibe to it, but I don't know. I'm just used to like our Skyrim maps or Witcher map or something like that. So that's kind of a meh point for me. Again, it's not like breaking the game or anything. Like when you get out into the world like this, you're like, man, like, okay, this is cool. But you put on this scan, you know, and I've got this unexplored geophysical feature over here, and then over here I've got this unknown location. So I can go to those, but again, I'm not fully like dove into this, but as far as my understanding, like I can go to those two locations and that's it, maybe besides a random cave or something. I don't know that I can just keep running. Apparently you may like hit an invisible wall or something. So that wasn't really my point of contention. Like that's a kind of a bigger conversation there, but really it was just the maps for me in particular. So anyways, let's move up to the so-so. Of course, it's a Bethesda game. Ooh, and I just remembered something else actually I'm going to put on here. Character animations. That's something else I want to talk about. But so the gunplay, I kind of knew what I was getting into with Bethesda. You know, it's pretty good. I gotta say, it almost feels better than like Fallout. Like they've done some stuff here, but it's still like the going right to the character movement. Like it's still, my character feels. I remember describing from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, there doesn't feel like there's a lot of weight to my character. Like I slowed down my sensitivity to make it feel like my character had a bit more weight to him. But then the gunplay, it's a Bethesda game, you know, it's not, I thought there was fire over there, but I put a turret down just in case. It's not bad. Again, you kind of expect it with their games. That's not really the focal point, even though there is a lot of blasting that goes on in these games. That's kind of just, you know, one of those things with a Bethesda game. So again, not breaking the game, but you kind of expect it with a Bethesda game. So it's not top-notch Destiny, Bungie, Call of Duty, Infinity Ward like controls, feel to the controls. Then the other thing is, I guess I did put it on here, the planet exploration, and I didn't realize I put that on here. I kind of forgot. That is an interesting thing. Like I do get this. I'm getting it more and more as I'm moving further into the game. And again, I've not even scratched the surface, but you start to immerse yourself into the world. So you're like, man, just being on this planet, and this is like nothing. I know I've heard some criticisms of like a lot of the planets look like this, but if you think about it, a lot of planets probably would look like this. But you kind of immerse yourself in this world, and you're like, man, this is pretty cool. Like exploring this planet, you know, even if there's an invisible wall out there, you just it gives you that feel of like, this is cool interstellar space exploration. So I am enjoying that. Like it is kind of enough to immerse me into the world. Another thing I just thought of that we're gonna throw up here in the awesome category is gear. And again, there may be more things that I'm not thinking of just 15 and a half hours in that we end up talking about later if we do future videos as we play through it. But so for the awesome category for right now, and I realized I was still on full screen there. So for the awesome category right now, quests have been really cool. The characters have been really cool. So far I have brought 3 people onto my crew. Really enjoying the quests. I've been doing mostly actually main quests. I've done a few side quests, but I figured I'd get a little bit into the main quest before I do the classic thing in Bethesda games and just trail off into side quest galore. But yeah, really enjoying the quests. The outposts, we talked about a little bit because I brought you here, but as soon as I just dropped this outpost tonight, and I was overwhelmed by the base building stuff in the game. I haven't even again scratched the surface of that, and I spent, as soon as I dropped my outpost, which is this little tower right here that lets you go into build mode, I was like, wow. So I spent like the next hour just exploring those menus, and just I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna build a little base, might figure out how to store my stuff here and all that kind of stuff. So the base building seems, at least initially, really cool. Really excited about the base building stuff. I kind of talked about this, the space travel feel. So I mean, basically what I want to convey here is like the feel of the game. The game feels like really cool. It so far anyways, and as I kind of got out of some of the initial quests, you start to feel like, dude, this is cool. Like I really feel like I'm doing interstellar space travel. Like there's several little things that just kind of make the game make you feel that way, and it feels really cool. Even like earlier when I was building this base, I was sitting, what's up, dude? I was sitting, I don't have any lights, look how dark it is in here. I was sitting in my base here, and the sun was setting over here, and I was like, dude, this is so awesome. Like I'm chilling in my simple little base with a bed and a crew station and some cabinets and a chair, and I can just sit here and watch the sunset on Earth. And this is, sorry if this is spoilers, but this is Earth. I was like, where else better to put your first outpost? And it was like, man, this is cool, dude. Like this is really cool. I'm getting that like space travel, just immersive feeling from this game, and that's the whole point, right? So I'm enjoying it. Obviously, you can tell probably. Another thing was they said they did some more, they being Bethesda, that they did some upgrades, if you will, to their engine with, hopefully the game audio is not too loud. They said they did some upgrades with their animations of their characters and their talking. Let me see if I can find a character real quick. Let me guess, they're all in there. Let's see if, here comes Sarah. Did you see her space gear just immediately plop on there? That's another thing. People were wondering how many bugs there would be. I've definitely ran into a few bugs. My game's crashed once, maybe twice. And then like my characters will be walking on tables and stuff, but nothing too crazy. Yeah. But look, so let's talk to her for a minute. Let's just see. I think they look pretty good, honestly. Watch.
His mind is always somewhere, but there's no arguing his knack for being in the right place at the wrong time. Oh, too bad he couldn't see the artifacts coming together.
I mean, I think they look great. They definitely, I think, look better than Skyrim. It's been a while since I've watched some Skyrim character animations, but they seem like very, very well done to me. Like, doesn't take you out of it by weird mouth movements and stuff like that. So anyways, I thought those were good.
Bye.
See you later. So the other thing I just plopped on here was gear. I didn't even realize this was going to be a thing in the game, but like I've got this epic space helmet, and it's got chameleon on it, blend with the environment while sneaking and not moving, and then galvanize, plus 25 corrosive resistance. This is stuff that I haven't even really gotten into yet, this specific like perks on gear, but this is an epic helmet. I had like a rare, right here, I've got a rare rifle here, so I didn't even realize like rarity of gear and weapons were going to be in the game. And honestly, sorry if you can't see that, so there you go, there's the rare weapon, and then here's the helmet. So that stuff, honestly, I mean, that's really cool. I didn't realize, you know, sometimes people, they don't want that in a game. Like they just want to play the game. They don't want to have to worry about rarity of stuff unless it's a certain kind of game, because a lot of games do try to just throw that in there, but I always kind of like it. I like rarity of gear and weapons in a game. And then like, so this one, if I can remember the buttons, if I crouch, I'm invisible, which is really cool. Now as soon as I move, I can't really utilize it that much, but I haven't tested it to see if like enemies will like lose me if I do that, but still, that's cool. I mean, that's kind of neat. So that's a in the awesome category for me right now. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. Really curious if you guys are playing. Comment below, let us know your thoughts, where you're at in the game. Obviously spoiler free if we can, just general stuff. Just really want to hear about how the game's been for you so far and what your overall thoughts are. Again, jump in our Discord. If you're a Discord user, we'd love to have you in there. Just some like-minded peeps, just having a good time talking about anything from gaming, collecting, music, movies, all the good stuff. So really just, we're working on hoping to build a community just to chat about all the things. So like I said, we've got a Starfield channel right now, so if you're playing Starfield, jump in, and what better place to kind of chat back and forth with us. I did visit the Apollo location on Earth. That was cool. That's what I'm talking about, like the immersion of the game. That kind of stuff is just really cool. So anyways, really appreciate you checking out the video. We really appreciate all the support. Like we mentioned earlier, you guys are subscribing. It means a lot to us. We're just, playing games, having a good time. At some point when we launch our other channels, if and when we do, we'll let you know. But yeah, just having a good time. We're not like experts at different video games. We just like to play and have a good time. So I'm sure a lot of you are like that as well. So yeah, we really appreciate you checking out the content. Again, comment below. Let us know where you're at in Starfield, and yeah, we'll chat in the next one. We're also playing a game called Sea of Stars right now. Shout out to Necessary Evil in the Discord, and of course DRP, Dirt Fam. Sea of Stars. We bought it on Switch, even though it's on Game Pass. It's just such a great Switch game. If you're playing Sea of Stars, let us know below. We may make a video about that game as well. Super fun. Totally different kind of game, but super fun. But yeah, anyways, thanks so much. We appreciate it. And of course, until next time, take care.